UNC football program led by Bill Belichick facing criticism for a lack of motivation and discipline.
Some say that's starting to reflect poorly on the university as a whole. Chris Lee is here with a closer look at those ripple effects. Chris, how are recruits looking at UNC with all this?
Yeah, guys, there's a story that came out on highschoolot.com just yesterday where a lot of the guys who are from North Carolina and this area have reaffirmed their commitment to North Carolina. You can read that right now. But I had a chance to speak to an NIL agent who told me that they've talked to 5 stars from North Carolina and other states who say that North Carolina was towards the top of their list, and now they've dropped down significantly in the last few weeks because of what they've seen on the field. So now those players are looking at the other places that they have offers from, like Alabama, Georgia, Florida, those types of places, and they're like, that's not a mess. We know we can get to the NFL from that spot. We may not want to go to Carolina, so they're having trouble with those types of guys who aren't already, committed to North Carolina right now.
College football, of course, not just about recruiting players, but about retaining the players that you have. How might have UNC dropped the ball on retaining good players?
Well, that's the part we haven't really talked about a lot because UNC had to replace 70 players this year in the transfer portal. One of the things I heard from a high school football coach is that Michael Lombardi had a conversation with a player who had a chance to stay at Carolina and said, hey, we're going to offer you this amount of money. It was half of what that player was already making, and the player brought that up to Lombardi. Lombardi had no clue. So a lot of folks are upset thinking that Michael Lombardi himself, the GM for North Carolina, does not know what's going on, doesn't know what players are worth, doesn't know how to completely evaluate other players. And that player, along with many others, transferred out of North Carolina because of how they felt like they were treated as Belichick and Lombardi came in.
So, Chris, you touched on, future players, some of the current players. But where do former players fall into this? Are they concerned about what they're seeing at UNC?
Yeah, I spoke to a few former players who say that they didn't think that this would work from the beginning because they didn't feel like a pro style could work at North Carolina, at least this quickly. Maybe if it was given time, maybe it could. But then also some are worried that what happens after Belichick is over? If he's here for a year, 2 years, 5 years, what happens after that? Will the coaches after that get the same amount of money? Will they get the same amount of resources given to them? And will they still have a name and a respect level for the program of North Carolina to still get in recruits? Those are some things that are worrying some former players, and that's something that they've been talking about amongst each other in some of their circles.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. We appreciate it.